Okay.
All right. Well, I guess it's just us three tonight. Maybe Michael will join us later. um, all right. I guess what we'll start with is what you did last week. And I'll start it off. I myself haven't done much of anything. um, I did do some. Joe wanted me. The highest thing on the backlog for Joe was the windshield. So I did find. I think the Express van from Chevy windshield is wide enough, and I measured it, and it's long enough that it'll work with the WIKISPEED car with the angle that's had. So what I need to do is order the glass, which I haven't done because I'm waiting for some funds to arrive. So till then, I really can't do anything, and that's all I've done. So who would like to go next?
I'll go. Let's see. I did not get everything done I wanted to, but I did today. I set up a WordPress backup schedule for the website. It backs up once a week, and I used a WordPress plugin called Backup Scheduler for that. I wasn't really familiar with what was available out there, but it seemed to fit what I needed to do the best. I try to do more research on scheduling and recurring Hangouts on air. I'm not really successful on that. And then I sent Karen an email about turning off the weekly reminder email that was part of the conference call, and she got back to me, and I believe that's been turned off now. So, and blocks is I still have not found a way to schedule the Hangout yet, or to use a Google Voice number so people can call in. So I'm still looking for those as solutions. And that's it.
Hey, mine is short. Me and Michael did have a meeting on the backlog grooming or product owners. Mostly we were trying to figure out logistics of sharing the screen and getting the voice. We had trouble getting the WIKISPEED meeting Hangout set up, so we just did a Hangout between us. But we did share the Carica and did one thing on it. There was a hockey game. But we did spend half an hour kind of getting it, and so it kind of got some questions or some ideas. Like definitely the muting helps a lot. I turned down my volume and used the headset, so my volume's at 36%, and that seems to work well with the sound problems we've been having. And then aside of that, I haven't done much else except I did just in the last few minutes go on to the Washington State legal business nonprofit help site. It's called Wayfind, and I created a Carica item for a research nonprofit status, and I put the link in there to a PDF, which is nonprofits in Washington State, general thing. It's fairly long, so I'm gonna research that. Well, anyway, that's for later. But that's pretty much what I did. I did try and integrate the notes for last week and put that out there. And I think it'd be nice to put those notes somewhere where we can see the notes. Somebody can just look at the notes for the weeks, the different weeks. That's another. Okay, I'm done.
Do you have any blocks?
Yeah, some health stuff, family health things, and hopefully I won't hockey games. Hopefully I won't get to the World Cup.
Oh, the hockey games, yeah. Yeah, see, Chris has the WIKISPEED shirt on though. Nice. Oh, and I did check out the website, Chris, and I love the picture of the car in the warehouse. on the front on the cars page. Looks awesome. All right. Well, I guess we'll go to demo. And I don't have anything for demo. I don't know if you could go to, or people who watch this video later, you can go to the WIKISPEED website and see the changes that Chris has done, which look great. Does anybody else have any kind of demos, or Lauren?
I don't know if it counts as that, but there's the nonprofit guide, which is under backlog not ready, research nonprofit.
Okay, great. Well, I'll check that out too later. All right.
I will say that I think Joe updated some of the cars page too, and the micro house page. So some of that was stuff I updated. I think some was Joe. So.
Yeah, you're right. There's also been some. You just reminded me. I did see some CAD that was brought into the what was that? The Dropbox. So I know he's been working on the some CAD for the spindle or the, not sure what that thing's called right offhand. All right. So then I guess this will take us to retrospective, and 0 being the worst and 10 being the greatest. I'll go first. I would give myself a score of probably 4, since I haven't done anything, but I've tried. I mean, not physically, but I have found the windshield. And I'll give the team, for what I've seen, Joe's working on stuff, and the website. I'll give that a 9. And I can't think. Well, I can't think of anything to improve. I can't think of anything to that would bring me to a 10, except for maybe to get some funds so that I could build the windshield. That'll get me to a 10. Who'd like to go next?
I can. So I was thinking of a 5, but I think I'll go with a 4 too. So I did that thing. We did try and run the product owners meeting, but there's a couple other things that I was hoping to do more of, and for the thing to do, I'm gonna maybe get more things, but I'm thinking the product owners meeting is still kind of holding, and maybe getting more people to the meetings, but I don't know if it's the seasonal or exactly what's going on with that. So that's my thought.
Yeah, I would say maybe like a 7 for me. I did not get as much done as I wanted to, and a 9 for the team also. And I agree with Lauren on this, as far as more people involved would be awesome. But really the backlog grooming, I think that Michael mentioned that in what he had emailed in also. If we could get more people involved in going through and getting tasks ready to work on.
Okay.
And I forgot. 9 for the team too this month.
Awesome. So I guess we'll go with getting more people involved into the product owner phone calls, I guess. How many people usually are on that when you guys do that?
Well, I think the first one just happened yesterday, and I think there was just Lauren and Michael. I was not available for it, so.
Okay. All right.
I was thinking of more people just on the weekly stand-up, because I think the product owner is a smaller group, actually, just people.
Yeah. Actually, I should probably show up for the product owner, since I have a couple Scrum boards going, actually. So maybe I'll show up on that. That's what they.
And we had some kind of questions about what do you do and how do you break things up. And in Carica you can't indent, so he was thinking of his engine module, and he said there's really many kind of sub projects in there, and how to handle that. So if we could have somebody with more experience on it, that would be good.
Yeah, I've been the product owner before at the workshops that we've done at Lockheed, so I could probably help out there. But getting back onto track, I guess we should be doing sprint planning for what we plan to complete for next week. And I'll start first. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some funds in. Then I'll be able to order what I need to make the windshield frame, a new windshield frame, and work on the CAD a little bit for the CAD for the door supports are actually done. They just need to be broken down now so that I can take it out for either laser cutting or water jet cutting. And that's my sprint planning. Who'd like to go next?
I can. I'm going to take that item that I added, the research on the nonprofit, and try and get something substantial there to recommend how to proceed or exactly what we need to proceed. And also, I'm going to keep monitoring that service mark thing, because there's some kind of comment period, and I'm not sure exactly how long, so I want to check and research a little bit on how long that's going to go on, so when we can expect the final thing. I think it's kind of moved along. Yeah, I'm sure it is, but I just want to keep monitoring it, so we'll have that.
Okay, great. I guess that leaves Chris.
Yeah, so I plan on doing at least the one thing I did not finish from last week's sprint, which is add more detailed info and graphics to the WIKISPEED shop page, which is like an e-commerce plugin. And then I'm actually, since I've got the backups working now, I'm going to update WordPress and all of the plugins that are included to whatever the latest versions are for any security risk and all of that sort of thing. And that's really all I got planned.
Okay. It sounds awesome, though. The website really looks great since you've started messing with it. Well, I guess that is the end of the stand-up call, and this might be a record for sure. Is it 19 minutes? There's only 3 of us on here, so so if anybody's wants to talk about anything that's on their mind, this would be a good time to do it. I'll stay on the call for about 10 minutes, unless somebody really has a question for me.
I guess the only thing is on the product owner meeting, unless Joe gets back to us with a better time,
Yeah.
we're doing it Wednesday at, I guess, what is it, 8 p.m. Pacific? I guess it's on a different time zone, so I have trouble remembering. I'm sorry, 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Just trying to confuse everybody.
I thought it'd be easy to remember Wednesday at 6 and Thursday at 6.
Yeah.
Good.
And that's fine. Like I said, hopefully I will be available next time, and I can take care of clearing up some of the blocks with the communication on Hangouts. I think right now I think we still want to do it maybe as a private Hangout until we get the hang of it. At least get some kind of set format for it. I don't know. Yeah, that seems to work. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's less interesting to people new coming into it.
Yeah. And also, it can't be recorded that way. But so if we do want to make some kind of notes for it, they'll have to be transcribed.
Like the screen sharing with Karika was. I think that's what they're going to look like, because basically you're looking at so somebody shares their screen, and you're looking at them and actually moving them around too.
Well, that makes sense. Is that the documentation is basically when the Karika board is in its new state after it's done.
Yeah.
Actually, somewhat like a normal product owner meeting where you would just take a picture of the board after it's done or at the end of any work session.
Yeah.
So that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Some of the discussion may not be as important as actually everything being in its ready state.
The exchange with Johan and the about the airbag, I think that, and this is kind of a question for Rob. So I recall in my training, my Scrum training, that the product owner, or rather, when a story is set up, you talk about, at some point you talk about what constitutes done. So what's, how do you know something is done, and the idea that the product owner decides if something is done. And so I was thinking, because on that one, on that exchange about the airbag, Joe had a lot of background information on what is involved. If there has to be a test in some kind of federal approval or something like that, and so he knew in detail what constituted done for the airbag. It'd be nice if that goes into, that'd be a good grooming item to get it. At least if that's appropriate. Is that appropriate to put what constitutes done for an airbag, a new airbag system, to put in the hurdles or the criteria for it being done?
Well, it would have to. Well, they would have to go in the review first, and Joe would be the product owner really for that.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that, is there a place in the Scrum board?
Oh yeah, there should be. There should be a place.
So it should be, and that would have saved some of the email exchange, because somebody was thinking, Johan was thinking, he could get the car as a road car and do things with the, but in fact, it has to be, before it's a road car, it has to have an approved airbag.
Right. To be sold, as a manufacturer, to be a manufacturer and sell the cars, it has to have an airbag in it.
Yeah, so I guess to expound upon what Lauren's saying is that we, in the test-driven development side, that we need to have a place to document the test that needs to be passed or failed, which I know has been done in different ways in the past. I don't know that it's really been integrated into the Carica board, but that basically the definition of done, there is on the website, there's actually a definition of done as WIKISPEED sees it, in more general terms, but I think it's when something passed the test and then goes through, there's several tests, regression tests, and all of that sort of thing. But but anyway, yeah, so I don't know if we don't really, right now, with Carica at least, track what tests need to be passed for something to be considered done. So that may be something to look into or think about.
Absolutely.
Did I catch that right with the airbag, that there has to be some federal or like some specific bureaucratic or form or something like that gets signed off by government?
I'm sure there is. What I found out for the windshield for DOT improvement, that it comes down to the manufacturer a lot. That they certify it, that they're the ones who say it's DOT approved. They get a stamp for it, and it seems like if it isn't, you could get yourself in a lot of trouble. I mean, just by saying, it is DOT for, we think it's good enough, but it may not be good enough. So, yeah, I'm not sure how the airbag thing works. I mean, Joe knows that one. He knows. I think he knows that by pretty good. I know I used to work on cars before, and I know you have to have somebody certified come in to change the airbags now. So whenever there are in an accident.
Here's what Joe said. The C3 is in development, which is awesome, and we use modules like the airbag firing. We need to test each module against the federally mandated vehicle safety specifications. Then we can call that module done and ready for the road.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know who tests it and where it's done, but that's something Joe's gonna have to do. I mean, unless somebody else is gonna somebody else is gonna do the research on where it needs to go. And usually that requires a lot of digging in paperwork and articles.
Was it you told me, somebody told me that there's a very simple mechanism, which is just like a ball bearing that moves. It comes in a kind of standard off the shelf airbag that you can always use. But the idea was, I think they're experimenting with an alternate or a more deep, maybe improved kind of airbag system. Am I right about that?
I had done. It wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
I think. I mean, I'm not sure if like if there's for different cars, there's different powered airbags. I mean, how much power the airbag has behind it. I don't know about that, but I would think that there would be, specific airbags for specific type of cars. Like a lighter car may have an airbag with less power, or maybe it's more power. I don't know, or maybe they're all the same, but I don't know.
Okay. That's all I got.
That's all. I don't have anything.
I don't have anything.
All right. Well, then I'm going to sign off then. I guess I'll see you all next week with more news, I think.
Yeah, hopefully on Wednesday, Wednesday at the same time, and then.
One thing I'm gonna when you post it or when you tell us where to find the recording, then I'm gonna write notes.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
See you later.